This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by PeterBurstForCongress.com. Peter's a Republican Liberty Caucus activist, and I see him constantly at the New Hampshire State House fighting for your freedom. Now he's running as an independent in Congressional District 1. He's already generated significant mainstream press. I've signed the petition to get him on the ballot, and hope you will too. But he needs your help. To pitch in, visit PeterBurstForCongress.com. PeterBurstForCongress.com. Dum 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 da dum dum. PeterBurstForCongress.com. Dum 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 da dum dum.
Well, on a completely separate note, this is probably the last question, but around Manchester, there's been a lot of Free Staters that have moved in here. And what has been your impression so far as a mayor of seeing all these folks coming from all over the country wanting to live in Manchester so they can have more freedom?
Oh, I love the idea that people want to live in Manchester. I think that this country was founded on limited government. It was founded on people being personally responsible. And I think oftentimes government can become very excessive. One of the things that I try to advocate for is for government to remain in a limited role and for it to do what it does best, which is deliver service. Let's let the private sector and other individuals who are members of our community or our state or our country do what they do best. And I think it's wonderful that people want to move to Manchester, express their political beliefs, their personal beliefs, their First Amendment right, and do it in a place that I call home, that I think is a wonderful opportunity for people to get involved civically, to be engaged in the dialogue and the debate on how we govern ourselves. So I continue to welcome the opportunity to hear from all different perspectives. I think it is important to listen to a Republican, a Democrat, a Libertarian, a Free Stater, whoever it is. Let's listen, and hopefully, ultimately, what comes out of that dialogue is a responsible, respectable, ordinance or law or policy. And again, when I look at what is responsible or respectful, I always look at first and foremost what is the role of government. I always try to justify why I think the role of government should be limited, and it really applies to any argument or any policy that comes before me. I recognize that government shouldn't be involved in a lot of things. Unfortunately, government's involved with things that they shouldn't be, but that's why I think we need to continue to ensure people always speak out, always engage in a dialogue or a debate about how we can improve, whether it's a local community, a state, or our country. All right.
Mayor Guinta, thanks so much.
Sure, my pleasure.
I appreciate your time. And I appreciate you I'm trying to be videographer and the reporter at the same time, but I appreciate your work to try and keep the budget under control.
No, thank you very much.
All right. This is Dave Ridley signing off for ridleyreport.com.
This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by PeterBurstForCongress.com. Dum 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 da dum dum. PeterBurstForCongress.com. Dum 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 da dum dum.